Boy, that's dedication. Perfect, huh?
Hello, everybody. Yes, it's that time again.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we've got 6, just in case you didn't count. We have these 3 right here, and then these 3 with the start of the A. So we've completed the W, and we started on the leg of the A. So Kim, you want to ceremoniously read the names?
Yes, we have another family. This is for James, Rhonda, and China, and I hope I pronounced your names correctly. And then a couple, Dan and Anna.
Excellent.
And then Alex. Thank you, Alex, for the things you've been sending me. And we've got an old-timers.
Oh!
Daryl.
Daryl. That was for you, Daryl.
Yes.
Wow.
So.
I'm telling you, the Grim Reaper couldn't be with us inside the house because that poor little soul is stuck in the snow. He can't move no further. But boy, I'm telling you, that's dedication, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
So welcome to your freedom. Yes. Is there anything Kim and I could do to, help you along the way? Maybe share some secret elders letters or anything like that. And speaking of elders letters, I think we're going to do.
Oh my goodness, we got a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do all of them, but there's just a couple of things I wanted to mention. I did get a message from someone who had seen our update video about Warwick and the problems that they're still having. And I do know that a couple of the cases against other companies were dismissed because they have no responsibility for, the toxic waste dump that is now Warwick.
So you're saying that Watchtower lost the appeals?
Well, not all of them, but some of the cases against some of the companies that Watchtower had filed, Watchtower lost.
Yeah.
So, and I did put the link to that article on our website. Now, this is from someone, and it says, I wanted to tell you, I heard that one of my JW friends just got back from Argentina, doing their self-imposed missionary work. All was fine, all in good health. They came back due to the 9-month restrictions on alien residents, so they got invited by the Borg to go help at Warwick. Well, not long after being there, the sister and her daughter, tongue is frozen, daughter both got gravely ill and had to return to California and have tests done. The docs are running tests, but are not sure what is going on. Now, it might just be a coincidence, but I found it interesting that they were fine for 9 months, and then all of a sudden, after being in Warwick, i.e. toxic waste dump, they both got a weird sickness. I'm just saying. Thank you, Tessa.
And the thing is if you have family members that have been in Warwick and have gotten sick, you might want to let the doctors know, let them know somehow, some way to start checking or testing for heavy metal poisoning, because chances are that this is what the illness is. It's an illness due to heavy metal toxins.
Yeah, and then one of these elders' letters is to the assembly overseers and the one that does the circuit accounts. And I'm not going to read this whole thing, but they're basically reiterating the donation basis, for Kingdom Halls, and it applies to Assembly Hall financing also. Their loans were forgiven, but it says you should determine the amount of funds needed to cover operating expenses that must be paid before the start of the next assembly.
Oh, so is that why they always start in a deficit?
Yeah. Well, see, they always do that to where like they say here, a target balance, which means they figure out I think it's $3 or $4 per publisher that's going to be attending. So that's how much you're supposed to pay. And of course they're saying, whatever is in excess into the society for donation.
Hey, Watchtower, have you considered that these people are not part of your target audience anymore? These people ain't donating. No more.
Now, this elder's letter was interesting because it is supporting the worldwide work. Oh, big surprise.
Now, when was this one dated? December?
December 17th.
Now, isn't it funny? I think we did this last year about this time of the year.
The week before Christmas?
The week before Christmas, because most JWs who work secularly are getting what? Christmas bonuses?
Year-end bonuses.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, year-end bonus. Pardon me. You know, that's a new language for me, calling it a Christmas bonus instead of a year-end bonus. Hey, I'm just calling it what it is now.
Yeah.
But I find it ironic. We had actually read this letter earlier, and I find it ironic that they've got this dated, just days before Christmas, right at about the time that those Jehovah's Witnesses that do work secularly will end up getting a year-end bonus, a Christmas bonus. But as Kim reads part of this, look at the mechanism that Watchtower is going to use to guilt adults into giving money.
Yeah. Wouldn't want the kids to be better than the adults.
Hell no.
Yep. Okay, like I said, I'm not going to read the whole thing. When the tabernacle was being constructed, the Israelites were invited to take up a contribution for Jehovah. Not only were silver and gold contributed, but also less valuable things: copper, blue thread, dyed material, ram skins, seal skins, and acacia wood, all very useful for the construction of the tabernacle. In a similar way, we are engaged in a building project connected with Jehovah's Worship, our new branch at Chelmsford. Although most branch building projects have been canceled or curtailed at this time, the governing body has advised that our project must now proceed without delay. Already, you dear brothers have done so well, sending gifts both large and small. For instance, wait for it, 2 children, 5 and 7 years old, sent their pocket money to help build our new Bethel instead of going to the circus, writing, "This is much better than that."
How pathetic for Watchtower to use children giving up their pocket change, circus money, and giving it to Watchtower.
Guilting the adults.
What a way to guilt the adults. Well, hell, if we get these 2 little kids giving up their circus money, I guess I can give up my Christmas bonus.
Yeah, and it goes on. As shown with the construction of the tabernacle, donations can be made in various ways. Some have sent us items of value. Others sent us checks payable to the International Bible Students Association. Here are 2 other methods to consider. The internet. Using the website jwgift.org, you can make a donation using credit and debit cards. They also have a leaflet there, like we've already covered the leaflet. And then you can call them using your debit or credit card to donate, and they give their phone number. And when donating by any method, please let us know if you're a taxpayer, because your donation can then be enhanced by 25% at no extra cost to you.
Oh, what a wonderful blessing from Jehovah. Hey, Watchtower, you just keep in mind, these people aren't giving anymore. And there's probably a whole lot more lined up behind them, ready to be part of this prestigious nail in the coffin.
Well, along with that thought, the 2016 yearbook has now come out on jw.org, and we've got the figures for that. And I find it interesting how even the peak publishers haven't gone up.
No, they haven't.
But average publishers. Okay, so I did a little bit of math. Yeah, I can still do that.
Reverse math?
Yeah, the average publishers. Now, what's interesting is they don't just have average publishers. Now they have the wording average publishers preaching each month. So that wording is a little bit
So I wonder if
different.
that's a reflection.
I
have
don't
to change
know.
the wording because so many more people aren't going out in service now, and they're seeing through the Watchtower BS.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is there's 7.9 million average publishers
Each month.
Well, last year's figure was 7.8 million. And I did the math, and there's only 119,000 more publishers than there was last year.
And that would be worldwide, wouldn't it?
Worldwide. This
so
is
that's
worldwide.
not a huge growth, is it?
And then they have the total number of baptized, 260,000. So you'd think it would be more than just 119,000 more.
Right, because
which means there's 140,000 missing.
Right. Well, actually, almost 141,000 because there's 140,952. And this is what Kim and I have been saying for a while now, that when we were active Jehovah's Witnesses, we always look forward to the new yearbook because we could look at the grand totals and look at the growth. And
We still do.
Yeah, actually, we still do, yeah. Only this time we kind of mock it instead of going, oh, look at Jehovah speeding up the work, right? But what's interesting is Watchtower no longer records the number of those disfellowshipped in these totals. So in order to figure out where the true number difference is you have to take, like what Kim did, and figure out from reverse math and everything else that there's almost you might as well just call it 141,000 missing from last year. So that's strong indication that they're averaging 141,000 members a year being disfellowshipped.
Yeah.
And or, just walking away because, the more Jehovah's Witnesses learn what a stinking gimmick Watchtower is, the more people are not willing to sit with the 3 Nazi incriminators to, disfellowship them. Because we all know, come on, Watchtower, you're not kidding anybody. The minute any one of us walks into that judicial hearing and they hear a whisper of apostasy, it's just a done deal. You're going to get removed from the congregation.
Yeah. Now you can also do the reverse math by taking the average publishers for this past year and minus the ones baptized. And that figure is 7.7 million. So then you can look at last year's, it was 7.8 million. So that gives you the number 2 of almost 141,000 missing and not reporting time.
Yeah. So I think that's
That'd be great if we had 141,000 nails to pound in this coffin lid.
Oh man.
Wow.
I'm telling you, I have to stop pumping things out on an assembly line.
Make them life-size.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So anyhow, we hope you've all enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching, and absolutely welcome to your freedom.
Yes.
It's really wonderful when people can see that the Watchtower Bible Tract Society is nothing but an extension of slavery, because that's what it is. It's absolute slavery. If you don't think it is, current Jehovah's Witnesses, apologists, stop turning in time for a month or two and see how much the elders are going to start hounding you for turning in time. It's not difficult to figure out that this is a slave operation.
Yeah. And without revealing any names, I want to give a shout out to those watching here in New Mexico. Shyla, our daughter Shyla. So, hi guys.
Hopefully one of these days we'll have your names on this coffin lid.
Yes.
And we look forward to getting to know you a whole lot better.
Yes, I know. That was great hearing about that. And we want to give a shout out to everybody. We love you guys so much. And thank you for all your friendship and support and love and kindness. And we want to wish you all a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year now, exactly.
Happy New Year.
Because that's just right around the corner.
Yes.
And then it's right back to the grind, ain't it?
I know it. See,
then we got to start planting and, start cultivating, then start planting, and then picking out all the weeds and watching our crop grow. And then we watch the crop grow all through summer, and then in the fall we start harvesting. We take our harvest off to the market, and we sell our harvest, and then we take that money and then we buy gifts for the family. So it's only another 300 and something more days till Christmas, so just hang around.
Well, I was going to say, before you start planting, I think we have to get rid of the 2 feet of snow we have.
Yeah. Shh. Yeah, I got to go shovel snow today, so I guess we better bid everybody adieu, and I better get at it.
Yeah. You can go online to KRQE and Albuquerque News. I posted a picture of my car, and hopefully they'll get that up pretty soon. It's buried. So you all have...
Well, in fact... Just look at the Grim Reaper, because that poor soul's still stuck outside.
Guess we better go shovel him out.
Yeah, we better shovel him out.
Bye, everybody.